Boker Tov, good morning. Today is Friday, October 14th, Erev Shabbat, Chol HaMoed Sukkot. And on this Shabbat, we'll be reading Kohelet. I want to draw your attention just for a few moments to the opening of chapter 13, chapter 3. And we're familiar with this. It's a song by the Turtles. To everything, turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. I hope I did justice to it. And it's based on the opening words of this chapter. L'chol zman, ve'et l'chol chayfetz tacha hashamayim. Everything has a time, and there is a point in time for every activity under the heavens. Eit laledet ve'eit lamut, a time to give birth and a time to pass away. Eit latat ve'eit lakornatu, a time to plant and a time to uproot that which is planted. Eit laharog ve'eit lirpo, eit lifroz ve'eit livnot, etc., etc. These are all really powerful depictions of opposing things. And as some commentaries will read this, many commentaries will read it, that is meant to say that God has set certain points in time when one will happen and the other will happen. And you should understand that that's just what's going to be, right? Time to live and a time to die. Time to be born, a time to die. And so it is. You can't kind of fight it, and that's what you have. I think there's another component here that is present that we should not miss. Oops, sorry about that. And that is the recognition that life is full of all of our experiences. And we shouldn't think that, we shouldn't firstly imagine that it's only going to be one way and not the other, because that's the fullness of life. There's an Araf Simcha, as people say, only for joyous occasions. And of course, we would like to have as many moments of joy as we can in life. But it's not the reality of life that it can just be simchas. It's not. Life in its fullness and lived as we, as human beings, live life, live with all components. And there will be, indeed, an eit l'chol chayfetz, a time for everything. There'll be a time, we wish we could always live in a time of peace, but there's also a time of war, whether it's foisted upon us or we feel we need to go and wage war, especially against an evil force. And so it is. There'll be a time when that has to happen. In the time of the redemptive period, so then these things will change. But in the life in which we live until then, they're all here. And you can't kind of fight it. And you have to help create the realities that are meant to be created, and the best realities that you can create, and then live within the realities of a given moment. But not to live in denial of them either. And if the moment says I have to go out to war, whether it's warfare with weapons, or I have to go fight a good fight for a cause or in society, even though I'd like to be able to just be at ease, the answer is recognize the time and the moment and the call of the moment, and rise to it. And to the extent that we do rise to what the moment calls from us, then we are really understanding the fullness of life and our role in life, to help bring about, hopefully, even in the difficult moments, that which we can bring about for the betterment of ourselves and all of humanity. Wishing you all Shabbat Shalom and an appreciation of the book of Kohelet, of Ecclesiastes, that we're reading tomorrow in Shul.